So it's going to be Potter who will get us underway, making sure my stopwatch is up and running this second half, and that's a real anticlimax when the ball just falls off the tee. Probably a freak gust of wind here that's got that one, but away we go at the start of this second half. And I've been delighted to be joined again by Jake Carter. Jake, 18-6 at half time. Was Jonty a fairly contented man?
Yeah, he was, like I say, he was happy with some things and not so happy with others. I think he's put a bit of an emphasis on just to be a bit better in yardage this second half. You know, we've made a few yardage errors first half, and just try and be a little bit better and finish sets just a little bit better.
So Workington go on the charge. They're about 45 metres away from their own line. In the centre of the ground, Farah plays it, and Phillips ships it out to the right. Weir takes it direct to the line, steps, comes back towards the middle of the field, eventually wrestled down in the defensive duties there by Goole. Ball work back to Doran. Doran unleashes a huge kick. That's gone up in the air for miles. Eventually drops down in favour of Shaw, who starts to counter-attack, and he speeds his way just over that 20-metre line. If you're involved with Goole Vikings, what would you be saying from their point of view, do you think?
I think I'd be saying they need to speed things up a little bit, be a bit clean around the rucks, and finish their sets a little bit better too, because a couple of their kicks were dropping short, and they've dropped a bit of ball, and they've definitely given us a few too many penalties as well. So I think they need to just tidy up around the ruck area. Yeah,
I think the penalty count is 6-1, which, you know, you don't need that sort of leg up, do you? You know, to be fair, as Wakoki makes a break over the halfway line, he goes for Goole Vikings, speeds over the 20-metre line. He's still going there, Wakoki. It's a spectacular try from him. Wow, he went about 50 metres, left a whole host of defenders trailing in his wake. Yes, you might argue that the defence could have done a little bit better, but he's shown a clean pair of heels there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. It looks like he broke about 12 tackles in the run up to that try. I'm not too sure what happened. He got through a few, and it looked like he was going to get tackled, and then he kept going, then it looked like he was going to get tackled again, and all of a sudden he's over the line. So I think, you know, that's a little bit disappointing, especially the first set of their ball after half time. I think, you know, we're definitely not happy with that.
So an immediate response from Goole Vikings, that one. Wow, what a start.
I think that's exactly what they needed anyway. That's, you know, what they'll have probably said at half time. They need to start the half well, so it's exactly what they needed and exactly what we didn't need.
He wasn't waiting around either, was he, with Koki?
No, he finished it pretty well. He must, like I say, he's evaded about 12 tackles, so it's a good finish.
I was just smiling to myself because I know how hard the guy who's on the Tannoy system was practising that name, and he was like, I hope he doesn't score, and he has done. So he's managed to get that pronounced. Meanwhile, Potter looks for goal number 2 of his afternoon. He's taken the ball back about 15 metres. Oh, he's missed it. Just squirts the ball wide of the post.
Yeah, that's not his best.
Bit of a let off that for Town, I think.
Yeah, it could end up making the difference as well. It's a big 2 points, and obviously, you know, it puts them 2 scores behind still.
So currently 18 points to 10 in favour of Workington Town, who finished the first half really, really strongly with those 2 tries in 5 minutes. But now just 2 minutes into this second half, it's 18-10 and all to play for yet again. So restart comes in from Zarengalia. Oh, it's all along the deck. Controlled off the knee there of Halliday. Did really well in the end there, Halliday. He's a decent winger at this level.
Yeah, he's a good winger. He's very, very wiry. He's hard to get hold of. He's runs like a sort of a snake, and he bounces off people. He's a decent player, and he did pretty well with that, really, because it was all over the place. So
Goole bringing the ball out with a little bit of venom from their own end now. It's amazing what a try can do for your confidence, isn't it? As Dean Roberts carries it just to the edge of the 30-metre line. Hodgson picks up Potter. He in turn finds Shaw. Shaw finds Tarley, and Tarley all wrapped up just inside his own 40. Yeah, he's making a habit of picking up experienced centres and never letting them go, basically.
No, yeah, that was brilliant. He chopped him there before he even got head of steam. It looked like they had numbers, so it's a great tackle by Spencer.
Shaw somehow pops the ball out, and Jack Aldous follows up. Still inside their own half here, Goole. Certainly giving a bit of a pep in the step as that try, as the kick comes in that probably isn't one of Potter's best, but Tashombra goes for it. He spilled, and then Zarengalia has just a little bit of open pasture in front of him before, I think it was Brett Ferris who closed it down.
Yeah, it looks like he just took his own player out, Shaw, as well, off the ball. want the best kick, to be honest. It didn't have much height. I think they're into the wind now, so he needs to make effort to try and get a bit of distance on it. We'll be happy with them all day if they carry on.
And here's a Tiga. Lovely step from him. Really strong carry to get over the halfway line. 15 metres in from the touchline. He plays it to Phillips, who picks up the running of Eccleston. Eccleston knew that heavy artillery was heading his way. Takes that tackle just inside the 40-metre line. He'll play this ball to Phillips again. Phillips just tries to skip away from the defender. Buys his side a further 5 or 6 metres. Good attacking position this for Town. Castle. Big charge from him. Just for a second I thought his arm was going to snake out. Last tackle signal here. Phillips works it left to Doran. Doran drops it on the cultured right boot. Halliday comes for it. It's a confident take.
Yeah,
that's really
kick,
good.
Great take. Bit of both, to be honest there.
Yeah, I thought that was good play all round, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So now it's Wokoki stopped inside his own 10-metre line. And it's spun across to Shashambra. Shashambra all tackled. Rolled on his back as well. That'll slow the ball down. 15 metres out from their own line here, Goole. It's a run from dummy half from Shaw. I think he's done that one or twice too often, because we just dragged him down with ease as he's put down the left-hand side.
That was one of the things mentioned at dummy half. We said if Shaw's at dummy half, he's going to run. So he's done it 5 or 6 times now. So we need to sort of spot that and cut his space down before he gets going.
It's again not the most convincing kick forward from Potter, but it manages to find the floor, and a favourable bounce probably gains it another 10 metres, and Eccleston eventually returns it to the 30. He'll play it in centre field to Doran. Doran picks up Corkill. That's a good solid surge from Corkill, that full 15 metres gain there.
Yeah, good carry by Rio there. Yeah, you can see how slow they try to make it. They really try to slow it down. It looks almost like a few seconds too long from up here.
They're like rugby union rucks, the way it's getting so slow there, aren't they? As Stevenson stands up and plays it. Ball shipped to the right. Farrer, good charge. Good penalty gained as well. 7-1 in the penalty stakes.
Yeah, they're definitely not gonna...
he said something as well. This will be an 8th penalty. I've never known referees change their mind. If you try and have a word with them.
No, it only gets worse if you start mouthing off.
Kicked into touch by Doran. It's a real decent bit of field position, this one. Just 20 metres away from the line. Tiga taps it. Fancies a run himself. Thinks he spotted something as well. He's still going here, Tiga. Just put down shy of the line. Just a couple of metres out. He's won the penalty as well. Oh, has he? Is he? Yeah, penalty.
Pushing out for a knock on there, and then all of a sudden give a penalty. Yeah, good play by Levi. Great carry off the tap.
It did look like he was going to rule a knock on then. That was my initial reaction, but it's going to get tapped. Just 5 metres out from the line. The pressure continues on this Goole line. There's Howlett, big handoff from him. He spun his way into an opening. He's still going. Just put down 2 metres out from the line.
Shot on this left edge,
and it comes down this left side. Doran ships out towards the right. He's really trying to misplace the defence there, hasn't he? He's done really well there. He's escaped the clutches of 2 or 3 defenders. Referee says you were tackled back though, you'll have to play it. I'm not convinced, to be honest. He didn't look like he was tackled.
No, he's hard to get hold of his jammer.
Here's Farrer.
I think we just need to compose ourselves a little bit and just try to get to a point and maybe put one decent play on here.
It looks like they're getting that way as Weir links with Doran. Doran out to Galea. Galea steps back against the grain. Steps again. Just sees that big figure of Savelio in front of him. Phillips ships it right. Castle out to Weir. Weir puts the step on. Back on the inside, looking for Castle. He don't go slow motion. He's almost toying with him. And then he takes a couple of carries. And then he's takes a couple of tackles. And he's put down 5 metres out. Last one of the set. Out to this left-hand side with Doran. Doran puts it on the boot again. Guznek takes no chances. Hammers the ball out. It's going to be a drop out from under the post.
Yeah, another good kick by Jamie there. He just weighed his options up and he's just seen that they've come up in a little pocket and he's just put it in behind. So it's nice to see we're building a bit of pressure there.
How good was that from Castle though? It went all slow motion around him and then suddenly he set off.
Yeah, it looks like they're struggling to defend the big men that we've got. They're bouncing them off and I think he swatted aside about 3 players there before he finally got tackled.
He was almost trying to do his own version of Wokoki, wasn't
it? Just a bit less speed, I think, Luke.
It's got to be dropped out from under the post. Oh, they've gone for a short one here as Potter and Goole. And Tashambra's got it.
Fantastic kick.
It's a fantastic take. And he runs it out towards the 30 and just a bit over. physical challenge. Play the ball comes in. Passes to the right hand side to Halliday, who cuts against the grain. Eventually he'll be wrestled down on the 40-metre line. He'll look to play this ball. Nice confident pick up, and Missy Talapapa, yet that vastly experienced player running forward, entirely making ground too. They have started the second half a lot better of Goole.
Yeah, they have. I think a lot of teams now see that dropout as a bit of an attacking play. You see it all the time now, and it's, if you've got someone like that to aim for, then you'd be stupid not to.
So Talapapa works it to the left. Kick comes in from Potter. The kick in for Tashama again. Zarangalia gets there in front of him, takes the tackle, and this attack will start just a couple of metres out from the town line. So currently it's Town who lead by 18 points to 10 in this one. If you're just joining us, it was 18-6 at half time in favour of Workington Town. They're bringing the ball away from their own end with a Tiga.
You might see a bit of an earlier kick here, maybe with a wind.
It's good yards from a Tiga, that really did wrestle well. Weir linking with Eccleston. You can see a couple of players looking up.
I think Jamie might have spotted it now.
And he is going to kick early.
Yeah, there it is.
And it's a 40-20 attempt as well. It'll bounce, it'll trickle, it'll bobble. Halliday's got to get on his bike and cuts it off. Now he starts the counter-attack, running initially across his own 10 and then cutting forward to the 20. Gustek, looking left, looking right, pops it to his left-hand side. Shaw picks up the big athletic winger to Shambra. So Shambra all put down though, 30 metres out from his own line. Ball at left with Shaw, who hands it on quickly to Tarley. It's like an extra battering ram out there, is Tarley, isn't he? That seems to be how Goole are using it.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of the. He's not had much joy in good ball, but he seems to have he's done a lot of work coming out of his own half.
In a lot of ways, he's probably doing the carries that Ferris should be doing.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Ferris is trying to do the little fancy bits and little passes out the back and trying to wind up players left, right, and centre where he can. Nobody's taking him on, and Goole have made a real hash at the end of that set. Oh dear, that's not what Scott Taylor would have wanted.
No, definitely not. I was just going to say, it seems like obviously they've got Dusdet playing in the other half, and he's not normally a half. That Potter's done all the kicking, and it's a bit of a target for us to go get him, and he looks like he's trying to step back on his right foot there, and he's stepped back into his own man. Well,
that's a good thing, isn't it, with Town, because even if they do get to Doran, there's Weir who can still put a kick in, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely, and it's like you say, if you've only got one kicker in the game, it's easy to identify, and you can put a bit of pressure on him.
So Grant Reid and Cole Walker-Taylor are on, and the two of them combine with Reid's first carry, and Walker-Taylor's in at dummy half. Looking up to his right-hand side, linking with Weir. Weir throws a dummy, bringing it back confidently. I'm sure he wasn't expecting Jason Tarley to be there, though. Inside the 30-metre line, that pass was a floated one. Castle gets it away. Now it's all the way down this left-hand side. Well picked up by Eccleston. Really good pick up, that one. It was bouncing and bobbling all over the place. Real tricky work for the winger to contemplate. And Corkhill picks it up out of dummy half. Sets it forward again. Goes to the 30. Last tackle signalled here. Walker-Taylor can also kick forward and puts an intelligent kick into the corner for Halliday to pick up.
Yeah, smart play by Cole. You could see that the marker had already set off to get Jammer, so he's just stepped up and put a little kick in himself, so that's a good set.
I probably always say this whenever I do a commentary, but I really like nines that can kick.
Yeah,
you're on a real good attacking forward momentum, aren't you, from the back of that?
Yeah, it's another string to a team's ball. Like if a nine can step out, and if the halves are getting pressured or there's only one half that can kick, it's definitely a plus point.
So they're coming down this left-hand side. That's popped out from Tarley. Ferris gets rid of it quickly. Then he passes for Savelio. He's past that, drifted forward. I've got to say, that was an awful play, to be honest, from Goole. Really awful.
It wasn't the best pass, that. It looked like Potter had a bit of space in front of him to attack.
Panicked. Oh. 18 points to 10. a little bit of I suppose everybody's just getting the breath at this point, aren't they, to be fair, and Farah seems to be clutching his nose.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, Jammer's down there. I don't know what's up with Jammer. It looks like he was being sick of it at half time.
That's a winning number in the
everyone's just getting a bit of a breather.
Nice bit of claret there for him.
Yeah, he won't mind that. Beano, he's a tough lad. He'll be used to that.
Why is he called Beano?
I don't actually know.
Nobody's been able to give me an answer to that yet. I don't think even he knows.
No.
So still 18 points to 10 in favour of Workington Town in this one. It has been a good start to the second half from Goole, but that last passage of play from them will probably not go down in the 2025 highlights reel.
It was a poor pass, really poor pass.
And it's going to be Town to apply the pressure. Can they get down the ground? 40 metres out. Here's Corkill. Drives to the 30 and just beyond. Picks up a bit of second effort as well. Great work. 5 metres in from touch. He'll play it to Cole Walker-Taylor. He passes infield. Good pick up that from Bradley off his bootstraps. Gained about 5 or 6 metres as well. Wrapped up by 2. Quick play of the ball. Here's Reed. Good solid surge from Grant Reed to the edge of the 20. Is it building for Town in this set? They'll bring it left now with Doran. Doran for Bradley. Referee just taps his shoulder, said that one wasn't a high tackle. 12 metres out from the line. Walker-Taylor works it infield. Doran dummies a couple of times, cuts his way forward. He's 5 metres out from the line now. Last tackle signalled. Oh, referee wasn't happy with that play of the ball. It rules it as a knock on. It's going to be turnover. And again, I'll repeat what I was saying a lot in the first half. Yes, you don't want to make mistakes, but I suppose it's not too bad when they're 5 metres away from the opposition line.
Yeah, it's not the worst place to turn it over, really. It's unlucky by Jammer. He's just seen a little gap. He's had a go and the ball's just come loose there. But like you say, they're turning the ball over on their 10 here, so it's not the worst place to turn over, especially into a big wind. It's hard for him to come out.
Now Callum Farrer has gone right back out there now, hasn't he? I'm just looking.
Jumper
26.
Jumper 26, yeah.
Obviously blood had got on the shirt, but they patched him up and said you can't put that back on. Penalty goes against Town. Only the second penalty that Goole have been awarded. Inside their own 20 metre line, they're going to be able to escape this area. Ferris nonchalantly nudges it forward. Tap
you
taken.
I can see a second row putting the kick to touch.
Is he trying to make himself useful?
He's obviously a very skillful player.
He is a skillful player, very skillful player, but I don't feel we've seen enough of him in this game, really.
No.
That says he is one of the 2 try scorers for Goole, so we probably don't want to see much more of him, to be fair. As Aldous passes for Guzdex. These passes aren't really on point, and Shaw put under a bit of pressure from Corkill, but he does really well there, does Shaw, to escape the clutches of a couple of Town players and drive 30 metres out from the line. Picked up out of dummy half by Missy Talapapa. And there's Guzdeck, full of running. That is his natural game, having said that. More renowned as a centre or a fullback. Low pass picked up by Hodgson. Stopped 12 metres out from the line. Certainly Town just need to keep their wits about them, but that's a poor play of the ball.
Yeah, it looked a little bit harsh actually. It looked like he maybe didn't quite roll it back with his foot, but it looked like it maybe could have got away with it, but no, the refs picked that up, so that's a good let off for us. And like I say, it's not the worst place for them to make an error, 10 metres off our line, but we'll be looking for a good yardage set here and clear our own lines.
He's actually hit his foot, hasn't he, on it, to be fair?
Yeah, it looked like he did, so you could argue that it maybe was alright, but no, the refs give a knock on.
Hey, I'm not complaining. 18-10 in favour of Workington Town. Ball in favour of the hosts. Scrum down 10 metres away from their own line. Plenty of men down this left side, but the ball goes right with the Tiger. Doesn't matter how many players are in front of him, though. He'll always make metres, Levi.
Yeah, great carry by Levi.
Walker-Taylor infield. Big carry coming up there.
Yeah, he's running real strong, Cooper, all day. He's had a really good game so far.
He has. He's been very influential, hasn't he? And made lots of secondary metres as well, to be fair. As Castle all wrapped up in that tackle. That challenge coming his way from Dean Roberts. Now Farrer rode that challenge well of Tarley. Had another go at the line. As a result, made a couple of extra metres. Hard fought metres as well as Walker-Taylor out to Castle, who links with Doran, and then it's further wide. Bradley. Really like how he just never ever gives up, does Jake Bradley?
Nice, strong boy, Jake.
Last tackle signal just over the halfway line. Town kick comes in from Doran. Oh, it's a high hanging one. Well taken by Shaw. Again, wiry character, escapes the clutches of a couple of defenders.
Yeah, he looks strong, Shaw. Really safe under the high ball as well.
And Halliday spinning and twisting, as you mentioned, making himself difficult to tackle there. And then, well, basically all the back three have had a,
three good
they've
carries,
had a carry there, haven't they?
carries,
And it's put them on the front foot, really. That pass looked a little suspect for Ferris. He crashes over the halfway. And Talapapa out of dummy half. Again, that pass looked a little suspect.
Yeah, there's been a few of them today, haven't there?
Yeah. I think there's been more since Talapapa's gone into 9, to be fair. Off down the left it's moved. Potter gets his kick away. It's another high hanging one. Atiga. Oh, he has those for breakfast and pops the ball out as well to Fulton to try and spark a counter attack. He's 10 metres out from his own line, Fulton, and that's where he'll play it. Ball comes across to Galea. Galea tackled by 2. That's a great challenge on him, to be fair.
It looked like Missy Talapapa just caught him in midair then.
Yeah. Was quite renowned as a heavy tackler, to be honest. Talapapa, a ball slipped out down that right side. Weir has it. This game really needs a Town try.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. I think the next one's going to be the killer blow. You know, if we get one, we just need to, you know, try and get over the line.
We're over the hour mark now as Howlett rolled to the deck.
Much better defensive set by Goole.
Yeah, they've done well to really contain Workington in this, as it's hammered down the ground by Weir. Bounces once into the arms of Halliday. He'll start the counter attack. Does well to get it out to the 40 in the end before the challenge comes in. And Shaw links with Savelio. Rolled on his back. Jack Coventry preparing to come back onto the field as far as Goole are concerned. As Guzdeck links with Chesham over that halfway line. Rolled on his back again. Good work from Cole Walker-Taylor in that particular tackle. Guzdeck. On for Aldous. Jack Aldous will play this ball to Talapapa. He pops it up looking for another runner. And that runner came in from Harry Aldous. Good yards, getting up to the 20. Last tackle signalled here for Goole. On the left with Potter. He again puts it high. That's going to be a bit more of a contest. Batted into the midfield by Tcham and well picked up by Galea. Just for a second. Again, I was waiting for him almost to explode into the backfield, but they controlled him well there.
Yeah, we defended that set well, and you know, hopefully we can come out with a strong exit set here.
There's a real arm wrestle going on out there now. It's gone back to that sort of game, hasn't it?
Yeah, there's been like a 10-minute sort of stalemate here where each side just completing, and I think these are really important patches. You sort of have to be the one to come out on top of these. You know, don't be the first to crack, and don't be the first to make an error.
Here's Bradley. Wrapped up by 3. He has to yield a couple of metres as well. 30 out from his own line. Town still in front in this one, by the way. 18 points to 10. Those 3 tries coming in the first half, and one of them scored by that fella Lucas Castle, who's just took the drive in. And he'll play this to Walker-Taylor, who gets his kick away under a bit of pressure. Straight down the ground, controlled off the boot of Shaw. Picks it up just inside his own 20. Dummies. Then drops it off looking for Halliday. And Halliday was on the angle, but he's not getting very much further when Carlton Farrer's in front of him.
No, great play by Bino. He's led the chase there, to be fair to him, so great effort by him.
And again, more solid defensive work coming in from Town. Don Weir in particular. Tally.
Great tackle, Spence again.
I think he started that run in Seaton, to be honest.
Yeah.
He came out to that ball really deep, didn't he?
He'll be getting sick of Spencer chopping his legs every single time he gets the ball.
He'll be after his autograph. Coventry with that carry. Put down on the 40-metre line in centre ground. Talapapa works it left to Ferris. That was a short pass as well for Tyler.
Yeah, I look forward to me that again.
There's definitely some borderline passing going on out there at the moment from Goole as the kick comes in from Potter. It's again a contact back in field. Oh, and they're going over here. They've gone over. Have Goole Vikings just getting on the end of that one. And I've got to say, that's really, really good pressure on the kick, to be honest.
Yeah, it was really good pressure. I mean, I think if you can't win the take, if you've got someone like Neil, you've got to have men around the ball for expecting the pat back, and I think we sort of did that, but it just sort of looked like it's coming to no man's land and then a bit of an offload. I think and they've ended up getting a try. I think that's 2 tries off kicks now. I think. Apart from that, I don't really think they've troubled us all day, to be honest. I think we look really comfortable defending up until the last tackle.
And to be fair, I mean, they did try that just before, didn't they? And ended up batting the ball into Zurangalia's hands. So it's something that they kind of almost telegraphed it and said, we'll probably try this again.
Yeah, fair play for not going away from it. I suppose if you've got someone that big, you'd be silly to do that. So hopefully we can sort of identify that and put it right. I think this set now is going to be a really important one, defending this one, and like we have a big thing, say trap them in the 30, trap them in the 40. If we can try and make them kick from there, hopefully Zarin can catch it on the full and we can start our set on the front foot.
It's suddenly gone very nervy in this stand.
Yeah, definitely gone a little bit quiet.
Close encounter. Goole have closed the gap to 18 points to 14. And the flags are raised off that kick from Potter, so it's 18 points to 16. Well, you're right in what you were saying before.
Number 16, Harry Aldous, and a successful conversion by number 32, Jack Potter.
You was right in what you were saying before, Jake, in the fact that goal kick that he missed could prove crucial.
Yeah, I think that out of all 3 of them, it's been the easiest one by far as well. So, I'm just happy we've got that 2-point cushion here, and I don't really want to see it go down to that one. Hopefully the momentum will swing back our way, and we'll get a little. We should get our turn with the ball.
So Harry Aldous adjudged that try scorer. He's back on the halfway line with Galia, and he'll launch the right boot at it, and then it's controlled off the boot of Guzdek as well. That was a real neat touch from him, wasn't it?
It was a nice one. He must have played a bit of footy as a kid.
On the edge of their own 20-metre line, Goole, as Talapapa finds a strong running Coventry.
Tackle, Ross.
To be fair, though, there was 3 town players to stop and close the gate in front of him. Nice ball movement from Goole, though, bringing it out to Shaw, and again, Tarley's brought down by none other than Spencer Fulton.
Yeah, another great tackle. It looks like you can tell when a team, and when you're playing, you can feel it. If the team scores a try or a couple of tries, you can feel the confidence growing, and they're starting to throw the ball about a little bit. We need to get our foot back on the throat here. Yeah,
they're suddenly looking very controlled, aren't they, in the way that they play as the kick comes in from
on the full.
Potter. Now that is what I call a commentary curse. I said they were starting to look controlled, and he's just put. Well, he's had a mixed bag with his kicking, it would be fair to say, isn't it, Potter? But that's probably the worst of the lot. He's put it out on the full.
Well, like I say, he's the only one kicking for them, and he's a right foot kicker playing on the left, so it's even tougher. We can identify that he's going to kick, charge him down, and he's also right footed, which makes it even harder for him.
So Town wanting to get on with things quickly, but referee slows it down, wants him to take it again, and as a result, Grant Reid gets absolutely battered on the next carry. Just on the edge of the 40-metre line, Walker Taylor looks round, looks left and finds Ainley.
They've definitely stepped it up a little bit.
They're playing some really solid stuff at the moment, to be fair. Low pass for Doran to deal with, and then he picks up Bradley over the halfway line. Can Town turn the screw now? Now they're getting the way into decent field position. Scully rides that challenge of Talapapa. Rides it ever so well too.
Talapapa's like a man possessed in there, isn't he?
He is. Maybe he's always wanted to play hooker.
Yeah.
Another good challenge. And Ainley will play it on the 40-metre line. Last tackle has been reached. Doran had plenty of time to pick his spot there, and this is a decent attacking kick. Koki has really badged Eccleston out of the line there. He had no right to do that. And I can't believe he's actually trying to contest that.
Yeah, I think that's really stupid for him. I think, obviously, it looked like it was going to be a bit of a contest, but I think Halliday sort of had he had the jump already. He was sort of getting up. I think that's a bit daft, and we needed that. So hopefully we can turn this set into some points.
Yeah, I can't believe that he did that. Really, that's
it's a bit dumb.
A bit of a brain explosion, to be fair. But Town won't mind. Just 20 metres away from the line and pushing their way forward through Ainley. Oh, the ball goes loose from his grasp. Picked up by Weir. Weir puts it further wide to Howlett. Howlett spins out of the first challenge. Still inside that 20 metre marker, Workington Town. Is it building for them? Reed takes a carry up centre ground. Just 10 metres out from the line. Referee wants everybody back with him. Here's Stevie Scully. Plays it out to Doran. Doran goes direct straight through Telepapa. Almost right the way over the line. And it's another penalty to Town. I've got 11-2 in these penalty count at this moment.
I'll be interested to see if we take the 2 here. I know it's only a 2-point lead, but it takes it to 4. See what Jonty wants us to do.
What would you be thinking? Would you, knowing how close the game is, would you be a fan of taking the 2 at this point?
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with it. I think after the amount of pressure we've absorbed, you get the ball back. But it looks like I'd also agree. I wouldn't mind rolling the ball either. I don't know what's happened here.
Yeah, well, they wanted to tap it. I think Ainley ran it in, and the referee wasn't happy with how the tap had been taken. So it's going to be taken again. And we've got the same play and the same player, and eventually he's put down 5 metres out from the line. So Town with tackles in the bank, 5 metres out from the line, looking to work an opening, passing the ball to the right hand side. It's Howlett just straightening things up, almost bursting his way through. Then Walker Taylor tries to smuggle his way over. Oh, he's just shy of the line.
To get the ball out left here. They've got the back row of Elio under the post.
Yeah, there's loads of space out this way, isn't there? As Doran does work it out to this left hand side. The kick comes in. Doran's after it. Oh, and thankfully, as far as Goole were concerned, Koki got there in front of everybody, and again just batted the ball dead. But he's been, when they have had the opportunity to get down, though, Doran's really been ticking it over, hasn't he?
It's, to be honest, he's controlled the game, when in the right areas really well. Jammer, a lot of the good stuff's come through him. I think it maybe just lacked someone being on the same page there. I don't know if Jake just got sort of held off that by a defender there, but if there was a chase on the end of that, it was a great kick, and you've got to be happy with a repeat set.
It's a mid-range restart.
I'm surprised they've not gone short, to be honest.
Yeah, I was, to be fair, because it really came up for him last time, didn't it? Weir was thankful because he was just able to tuck it under his wing and fire it into the path of Grant Reed. And now this is a Tiga stepping, now straightening up inside that 20 metre line.
Great play the ball, Levi.
He was he wasn't fully in control of that play of the ball, was he?
Nah, it looked like he played it really quick. He got up, he shrugged 2 defenders off, and it looked like it was going to be a really fast play of the ball, but obviously the ball has just come loose, and it just lets them off the hook again a little bit. So still 18 points to 16 in this one. Workington Town just in front of the Goole Vikings. Koki with the challenge and the run, 20 metres out from his own line, he'll play it. Telepapa looks it left, that's better defence, that. Great tackle by Cooper there, he's got up really hard off his line.
To Shamba. Long ball into the middle, Guzdeck. Oh, Guzdeck with a running opportunity. Stepping through a couple of challenges, he's still going here, is Guzdeck. 40 metres out from his own line. Eventually put down on his front.
That's what he's good at, he's a definite running threat. That's more his game.
Civilio, he's a running threat as well. Gets over the halfway line. Defenders close in from all angles to bring him down. Telepapa will feed it to Coventry. Really challenged a couple of defenders there, did Coventry. They've run through the tackles, but they're only 40 metres out from the line. Attacking kick to come here. Oh, he juggled with it there, Potter. It's a high hanging kick. Atiga comes for it. Atiga takes it. Atiga's lost it though, and then Zarangalira's picked up, tries to skip away from the defenders. Oh, it's nervous times, this.
Yeah, I'm just glad he's waved play on there and not a knock on from us.
Here's Atiga, lovely step. Now picks a bit of ground up as well. Over the 30 he goes. Plays it correctly this time. That's a smashing run from Fulton. A really good run to the halfway line. Had a couple of defenders in front of him as well as Weir picks up Scully. Scully rolls it forward for Town. Eventually just put on his back. Callum Phillips. He'll go to his left. Picks up Ainley. Rides 2 challenges. There's not a lot of space in the middle of that pitch. There's Doran. Brings it left, links with Galea. Galea puts it on the boot. Eccleston's after this one. Oh, the bout's just evaded him.
Yeah, it's not a bad play. You know, it's gone out on the 10. It's I don't think, you know, them things they're not plays you should go away from. You know, they can come off here, another bounce, and Eki catches that. So it's not a bad place to turn it over.
It was a great kick, and as you said, it's just a bounce of a rugby ball, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's so unpredictable at times.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was just a bounce of the ball. You know, it could have gone either way. It's not a bad kick, that.
Got about 5.5 minutes of the game remaining. Nervous times. It's all about where you turn the ball over at this sort of stage of a game, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Goole so far 15 out from their own line. Sorry, Jay.
No, I was just saying it's important that you don't make an error at this stage. You know, you've got to try and keep hold of the ball, and an error could be massive.
Ferris played it. It's Tarley.
Great tackle.
Well, he's finally managed to get away from Spencer Fulton and instead found the front row. Aldous plays it out to Guzdeck. Guzdeck across to Shaw. Oh, Shaw's weeping in and out. Doran gets to him, slows him down eventually. Bradley gets across as well. That's a physical challenge. Then there's a couple of punches thrown from Shaw. He's lost his head there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's happened there. Looks like there's a couple of punches thrown.
We'll wait and see what results in that one.
It looked like a bit of a body slam, but obviously it was legal. He landed on his back, and then it looks like there's a couple of punches thrown. I'm not too sure what's happened there. I think there could be a man going off here, though.
I certainly hope. It's not been that sort of game, has it, really?
It's not. I think
there's not been anything in it, really.
No, something's wound Shaw up there. I'm not sure what it was. It might have been that, you know, he seemed to have him round the neck. I'm not too sure. I'll have to see what the ref says here.
Ferris as well, getting in the ear of the touch judge. 18-16 here. Shaw just seemed to lose his head for a moment. Referee will have a chat with him. Oh, and there is a card being shown. Shaw is off. It's a red card for the punching that he came up with. He just lost his head there, didn't he?
I don't know if it was a punch or more like just a bit of a swinging sort of open fist, but it's a bit of a brain fart there. I'm not too sure what's happened. It's unlike him. I think it's not really characteristic of him, I don't think.
I've never ever seen him throw a punch. No. You know, in all them years he played Super League at Hull, he's incensed as well, to be fair.
He's had a good game, to be fair. He's been pretty solid for Goole all day. It's not sure what's happened there.
Referee having a lengthy deliberation as well with Stevie Scully, the Workington skipper. He's going to give the penalty to Goole here, you know.
I'm not too sure how that happens, to be honest. I don't know how you can send the player off and then give them the penalty. I don't know how that works.
It's only Goule's third penalty.
That's a strange call to me.
It is a strange call. 18-16, the town lead remains intact, but Goole have crossed the halfway line with the penalty in these closing stages. Savelio picks up the run. It's a good charge to the 40-metre line as well. About 2.5 minutes from the end of the game. There's all kinds of issues there for Jay Bradley. The referee has stopped the clock. He got absolutely clattered there by Savelio.
Yeah, it looked like he just sort of he's come off worse for wear in that one. We just need to make sure we defend this set and, you know, put a bit of pressure on the kick, because I can only see a try coming from one way, and that's off a kick. That if, you know, we've defended the shape really well. They've had nothing really, to be honest. They've not really troubled us. It's just been off kicks.
And then you're kind of looking where Tashambi is, aren't you? You know, because you know that's where it's coming, don't you? That's where it's got to come from. That's their only bit of attack, really. As it's moved left through Potter onto Guzdeck. Guzdeck, big handoff. Good tackle, rolled on his back as well. Great work from Spencer Fulton. But they're trying to launch the attack here at Goole on the edge of the 20-metre line with the last try scorer, Harry Aldous. Plays it inside that 20. Brots this right. That pass looked forward for Savelio, and this call. Oh, they've just been so scrappy at times today of Goole. just seem to have got their angles wrong on a few of these plays.
Yeah,
to
there's
be
been
fair.
a couple of times where like, they've hesitated to pass it, and then they've sort of waited, and then they've given it at the last minute, and they've already sort of overran the pass.
Because let's be honest, rugby league is like a fraction of a second sort of sport, isn't it? You arrive a fraction too early and it's forward. You arrive a fraction too late and you miss the ball altogether.
Yeah, definitely. We just need to make sure now that we complete this set with a good kick, and make them, if they are going to go the distance, because I don't think they will. So
Fulton does a good carry in the first instance. Here comes Cooper Howlett. Perhaps been the pick of the town forwards today.
Yeah, he's had a really good game, Cooper.
Phillips works it right onto Atiga. Atiga standing big and strong, still inside his own half, but manages to make a couple more metres there. And eventually we'll look at playing this ball to Phillips. Phillips dummies, cuts his way forward. Rolled on his back low, Phillips. Just a couple of minutes remaining in this one. Here's Ainley. Solid hit up from him. 30 metres out from the line here, Workington Town. Last tackle signalled. Ball went to this right side. That's game management. Into the corner.
Yeah, good kick.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Good kick by Dom.
Just what Jonty Gawley would have ordered.
Yeah, you're making them come the distance, which is good, and we can get our defensive line set here and go from a standing start, which is good.
And now it's Goole who's got to speed everything up, isn't it?
Yeah, they possibly might have to chance a Andy at some point in this set. Maybe a kick over the top or something like that, I don't know, but we just got to be ready for everything.
Shumamba's tackled 15 out from his own line. Guzdeck. It's a over the top sort of pass for Koki. Nowhere to run for him. They've cut him down well, forced him back on the inside, but where's that inside defence? It arrives from Don Weir, it arrives from Stevie Scully. They're still inside their own 20 metre line here, Goole. And Town still have the advantage by 18 points to 16. A wide pass for Guzdeck. That's a poor pass for Halliday. Halliday does well though. Bursts into the backfield, but he's been controlled. And suddenly buys a couple of metres to get outside his own 30. Hodgson finds the running of Guzdeck again. He's done everything he can this second half to try and inspire his side, hasn't he, Guzdeck?
Yeah, they're not really putting any. They're just like running with individuals, and they're just trying to create something out of nothing.
Oh, and there's the challenge which comes in there.
Yeah, high kick coming here.
And Tyler Craig, last tackle. Potter back on the inside. One-handed carry. Here's Hodgson. Hodgson burst into the backfield. Links for Savelio. Savellio's running. That's a great tackle. The ball has been lost. It's been picked up by Eccleston. They're on the counter-attack now. Our Workington Town. Could they do it? Could they win this one? Into the closing stages. Zaringalia picks up out a dummy half. Does everything he can to escape the Exocet missile, which was heading his way of a challenge.
Yeah, massive tackle by Steve-O there. Savelio, like he was just about to get the pass away at the winger who was unmarked, and Steve-O's got back and he's dislodged the ball as well, so that's arguably a try saver.
Brilliant from Stevenson, that. Brilliant. Perhaps symptomatic of how he's been playing all season, that.
Yeah, he's had a great season, Steve-O. His game is being a workhorse and doing all the stuff that goes unnoticed. But he don't go unnoticed with us.
That's game control. What a kick that is. I'll say what a kick. That's just a fraction.
It's inches off being a 40-20, isn't it?
Yeah, an inch off.
I don't know how that's kick left, to be honest, when it's bounced.
Tosha Shamba takes the carry. Have Town done enough? Can they hold Goole out into these closing stages? Town lead by 18 points to 16. Halliday steps back to the inside. Town look like they're controlling him, and he's rolled to the deck. 40 metres out from his own line. Potter moves it to Aldous. That's up by Stevenson. Very squat sort of forward is Aldous. Ball moves right to Guzdeck. Guzdeck kicks it over the top, looking for Koki. He's not going to stand up. It's an easy take from Galea. Galea has a bit of open pass through, runs for him. Burst into the backfield. Gets over the halfway line. Over the 40. Over the 30. Has he got enough in the tank? He's going in. He's going out. It's a brilliant try from Zari Galea. Absolutely superb at the end of this game. What were we reading about, Jake?
What a try that is, to be fair. Zarin, he's caught that on the full. He's overchased it a little bit. Zarin's gone down the short side and he's backed himself. Unbelievable try, to be honest.
What a try. What a way to end this game.
Unbelievable try.
What a superb bit of play. He danced his way into the backfield, showed plenty of pace. and Town have this victory. This winning run continues.
It's not our best, it's definitely not our prettiest, but 2 points is 2 points and we take them all, so we'll dust ourselves down and sort some stuff out and go again next week.
Listen, if you can still win when you've not played at your best, it's the sign of a fairly good team, that.
Yeah, definitely, and we are confident now that if it's not going our way, we can sort of dig in and get some out of it, and we've done that there. It's fair play to the boys who stuck in, and we've got the win, so that's all that matters.
I feel like I should be cheering on the Galea Express there.
Yeah, it's a great try, fantastic try. 4th
try of the season for Galea. He's touched it down right in the corner. It's all come down to this final kick. Weir off the touchline. What a kick as well. What a way to end this game.
Fantastic.
24 points to 16. Jake, fantastic working with you. Thanks for all your efforts this afternoon. I hope